doubt.
So none of us are immune for that. But
Mm,
it's the best part because that's where the growth happens, I feel, is when you
yeah.
fail and get through it. That's how you grow. You don't, that's why everybody talks about success. This is what to do
Yeah.
with success. This is what to be perfect. Fuck, nothing in our society is perfect. Why you
Nothing. There's no
trying to
such
do
thing.
that? Yeah.
There's no such
That's
thing.
easy. How do you live with chaos?
You organize it.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's the trick is not to how to live perfect, is how to live with chaos, because that's going to
Mm,
happen more than perfect. Maybe perfect will be one day and something, but other than
yeah.
that,
Yeah. Well,
yeah, you
when you
got to
say
fight.
that, it brings to mind acceptance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I think that's the only way to perhaps maybe
yeah,
organize it by living with it.
exactly. And we want to change the world and make it like we want to be. And I think that's, I was just helping a member, or not even a member, it was on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't give me this grant. They don't. Yes,
Mm,
that happens a lot. Now you have two things to do. You go out and try to change the system, and you may change something in about 10, 20 years. Or
yeah.
you figure out the system what it is and you use the goddamn thing.
Absolutely.
Don't get pissed off because it's not like you would do it. It's
Yeah.
there as it is. And
Yeah.
it's the water is blue. You want to change the color? Well,
Yeah. I agree. Don't. It's pretty simple to me the way I see it. You control what you can, and what you can't
right.
control, you don't try to.
Right, exactly. I mean, if you want, there are missions. I mean, people, like in our country, Martin Luther King or something, he did that work
Mm,
for 20, 30 years or whatever.
yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a different, but if you're trying to get out of a trouble or something, you're trying to succeed at something or give that you want to, so you have to do it within the boundaries. I remember reading books about mythology and
Yeah.
uh, the when I was probably more your age, like 30 or so, and trying to figure out the world a little bit as a guy,
Yeah.
how the hero would go out and slay the dragon, and then come back to the village.
Yeah.
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 And the village wouldn't understand or whatever. And what I was reading said, you have to use the village's language. You can't use your language.
Mm,
And
correct.
to communicate, it's learning that language. That's your obligation, not just say, well, fuck you, you don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Going back to the topic of love, I
Uh-huh.
was curious, what inspired you to give back the way you have been doing over the years? I think there's a niche there attached to love, perhaps.
Uh, well, it's always there. I never had the language for it. I never, the inside loneliness. And I think that's what it is. I mean, we all carry around this loneliness in our society now. It's
Mm,
more now in our society. Oh, yeah, England has a department of loneliness.
sure do.
Yeah. And we're working on that in this country too. Our head of our top doctor,
Yeah.
Surgeon General, he's called, is working on loneliness. And this is, we don't have community. Uh,
Mm,
and but no, and I never thought of it in a big way like that. It was my own heart always felt lonely.
yeah.
Uh, Even when I was doing more than I ever thought I would do. I mean, I'm like a
Mm,
coal miner's grandson that came to this country from Czechoslovakia to work in the coal mines.
yeah.
And both my grandparents were that way. And so for me to have the success I am, that's beyond my imagination in a way. Uh, but there was still, and I remember even like doing big TV shows and all that kind of stuff and whatever,
Yeah.
and coming off of them and still being lonely, yeah, in a way, happily married or whatever, and all this kind of stuff, but something that heart was trained differently. Yeah.
Mm, it's interesting. That's interesting.
Oh, we
But
all struggle, and I think we
I'm
have.
just thinking about the whole idea of loneliness. Perhaps that's something that's still a mystery to us. that we
Yeah. Oh,
perhaps still yet to figure out.